All right, Chief Meteorologist Chris Franklin joining us. It is a boring hurricane season around here.
It is. So far, so good. We're not done yet, but we like the trends.
I know that you make fun of me because I like the temperatures right now, but it does feel cooler. I know it's the absence of humidity.
After likely a record hot summer,
Yeah.
it's going to be baby steps till we start feeling fall-like.
Yeah, well, I felt okay this evening.
And that's the first baby step, is getting rid of the humidity. And the humidity has been down. Temperatures, though, maybe not a fall-like feel. We're still in a few locations 80s, but overall 70s. These are current readings across the region. Still 80 degrees, though, Kenner and at Lakefront. In the 70s for most elsewhere. 81, though, over in Gulfport, but already dropping into the lower 70s north of the lake. And with the lower humidity, we should see temperatures again in the 60s, maybe some upper 50s a little farther north, but it doesn't appear, at least as of right now, that the dew points would support that. So probably more 60s and 70s as we get the day started tomorrow. Now, the humidity will still be low tomorrow, but increasing into Thursday and then likely decreasing as we head toward Friday and the weekend. Maybe not quite as dry as the last couple of days, but overall this weekend and even into early next week, we're not talking about the tropical muggies that we dealt with all summer long, nor looking ahead are we dealing with the tropical heat. Temperatures, yes, in the 90s, but low 90s, 90, 91 degrees during the afternoon, and that's still only a couple of degrees above our normal of 88. We're still in summer. Now, fall begins on Saturday, and it's still not going to feel like it, but it'll still be early fall with temperatures only running a little above normal. 80 degrees, our current reading with a dew point of 64. So, yes, the evenings and nights don't feel so bad. Clear skies, low humidity, very pleasant. A little upper storm system to our north. You can kind of see the spin here on water vapor, triggering some severe weather across parts of the plains. Now, this rainfall is staying away from us. No real organized rain chances in the coming days. The best opportunity would be within an easterly flow, maybe a few isolated sprinkles, mainly near the coast. I don't think they're going to make much progress inland tomorrow or Thursday. And the model, our high resolution model, is saying basically the same thing. If we see much rainfall tomorrow, it may be more offshore, south of the Mississippi Sound, east of the Chandeliers, or right near the coastline. So a rather dry day tomorrow and Thursday. I put in a 10% chance just to be optimistic, but I think it would be less than 10% coverage and mainly along the coastline. As we also mentioned, we are quiet in the tropics. We have Hurricane Nigel. Looks like that eye is starting to become a little bit more ragged, kind of opened on the northern side. Thunderstorms still very healthy. We'll see if they're able to wrap around during the overnight period. Winds of 100 miles an hour, so it is a Category 2. And it looks like that's probably about where it has peaked. With that eye starting to become a little bit more ragged, we should start to see some weakening the storm. Now, thankfully, we had mentioned in our earlier newscast, the hurricane hunters are not investigating this one, giving them some time off because it is not going to affect land. Well to the east of Bermuda and eventually will dissipate over the North Atlantic long before Iceland. When you see Iceland in the map, you know it's not a threat here. We got two other areas that we'll be watching after Nigel, or really while Nigel is still going on. Low percent chance of, you can kind of see this little boundary here of something trying to fire up. As a matter of fact, models have been picking up on that as of late last week, but also the model's a little more aggressive with a feature that is just coming off of Africa and eventually moving into this region in the central Atlantic. That'll be the one to watch long term. It'll be something that we probably will be talking about well into next week. The one that'll develop off the east coast will be kind of a quickly developing system and then moving maybe inland or right around the Outer Banks of North Carolina before getting picked up by an upper trough and moving away. Here's this feature that is coming off of Africa now, going well into the end of next week, still north of the islands, and hopefully takes that same trend that we've seen several other storms take this season, with the upper troughing in the North Atlantic turning away from the U.S. or the islands. And looking ahead, this is next Friday, September 29th, almost the end of the month. We are still quiet in the Gulf and the adjacent Atlantic and Caribbean waters. If we can keep that trend going till about October 15th, we're in good shape. Highs in the around 90 degrees, which again, our normal high is 88, so only running a couple of degrees above that. Lower humidity, though, will be a bit muggier than we have been the last couple of days, and mostly dry, even heading into early next week.